I'm going to share my screen and get going. Oh, here comes Kate here. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. I'm just getting ready to get started. I am recording just to warn you, and I'll go through and I'll wait if you have any questions. I'll make sure to stop partway through and ask. You all are pretty much experts by now, going into your second class. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome to your second course for Learn AI. We finished off strong with EDU 608. I thank you very much. A lot of people filled out course evaluations, gave me great feedback, positive that I will take into consideration. So EDU 638 is the course that you're taking for this semester. EDU 638 is called Foundations of AI in Education. So it's where 608 really kind of looked at technology and the digital generation. This one really it starts off with AI and walks you completely through AI. So the next three courses really look at AI tools, the beginnings of AI, looks at the terminology and the language and vocabulary associated with it, tries and gives you conceptual understanding of what exactly is going on with all of these new AI tools. You'll learn like the concepts, and I wrote a lot of course-based content, so that this way it was very much I tried to use as least amount of jargon as possible. So this way it kind of explains exactly what is happening. So this way you understand what exactly what AI can do, what it can't do, etc. Hold on, I have to let somebody in. There we are. Okay. Hey, for now, we just got started. I'm going to go ahead and start going through my slide deck. We are recording. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Okay, three credits. We started yesterday, January 20th. We're going to go until March 14th. So again, transform your teaching with AI. So AI is reshaping education. This course provides a comprehensive introduction to AI concepts, applications, ethical considerations, specifically designed for educators and for leaders. Where I said before, 608 really kind of looked at big trends in education, big trends in technology. It looked at AI in a module or two. This one starts with module one and walks you all the way through the rest of the modules, looking at AI in some sort of context. You're really going to get your hands dirty in this course when it comes to AI tools. Okay. So what you'll master is we're going to take a look at AI literacy, which I like the term AI literacy, but the term I like better is AI fluency. If you think about literacy, literacy is being, comfortable with the language to where you can potentially speak it, you might be able to write it, but being fluent is you're an expert in it. You can kind of go back and forth with different language, different words, different terminologies. I really want to help you to start to work on just not just literacy, but fluency, to where you can use AI and you can use it. And again, I'm still working on my own fluency, but working with AI to where you become AI fluent and also helping your students to cultivate AI literacy, whether you are an educator or a principal or leader. So there's AI literacy. We're going to focus a lot on AI literacy. Ethical integration, like how to actually integrate it into learning contexts, ethically, morally, how we can explore ways that you should use it and ways you shouldn't use it. I take, again, a human-centered design approach. We'll look at practical applications. You're going to get your hands very dirty. And we're going to do a little bit of what I call learning design, which is actually looking at it, building things with it, and using it hopefully the next day if you can. So that's what you'll master throughout this course. So here's your learning journey. There's six modules. First start with setting the stage. That's kind of like what is the history of AI in not just society, but also in education. You learn about what came before us and what it looked like. We've had AI for a long time. in some sort of iteration where it was predicting and making, and trying to tell us about outcomes all the way back to, centuries. But then it walks us through about nowadays, this type of AI revolution, this type of big boom with all these different LLMs are being developed and all these other AI tools and stuff. So we're going to look at definitions, the benefits, the risks. We're going to start to build our own AI literacy, where we're going to actually learn about the terminology, the vocabulary. What the heck does an LLM do when it comes to when I start with an input and it goes into that space and then it comes back with all that information and comes back to us? What the heck is it doing? So we're going to actually explore the step-by-step process in which you to do that. But we're also going to look at the pros and the cons of that to understand it's called a black box. I'm not going to spoil all the course, but it's a black box. If you think about a black box, you can't see inside of it. With these AI tools, you really can't see inside them. You understand what is going on with the information, the algorithms, and what exactly it's trying to do. It's trying to predict the next word or the next character, but you don't. Sometimes you get different things when you put an input in. We could put the same exact input into the same thing. Our answers could be completely different. So we start to explore that type of black box phenomenon. So you're going to learn about like what is an algorithm, what is a model, the basics of an LLM, and I try to do that without a lot of technical program jargon. So I try to cut through all of that stuff to be very, very educator friendly, very teacher friendly, very, again, it's something practical to where if our students ask, what exactly is this doing, you could explain it to them in like a 1 minute elevator pitch. So you would have a good understanding of what these AI tools are doing and how, exactly what goes on with like the training data and why we still have, why now we have all these ethical issues or bias that's kind of creeping into the answers and stuff. So you'll look at AI tools for educators. I'm going to give you, in fact, in module two, I'm going to show you a new tool that's fun. It's free, but it's constantly being updated almost weekly. Notebook LM, it is phenomenal. The nice thing is you give it the data to crunch on and to do things for, and it hardly ever hallucinates. Why? Because it's using the data that you provide for it. So it's not constantly going and trying to scrub information off the internet. It's scrubbing information off the resources that you used and you gave it. So Notebook LM is free. You can use it right now. It's great. You can use it to develop infographics or podcasts or movies, all sorts of cool things. So there's a tool. If you came tonight, you can look at Notebook LM for free. That's why you came to the live, taping of this. Um, we'll also take a look at learning theory, like why, we have to understand how we can integrate AI into learning experiences. So start with So we start with like frameworks that we're used to, like Universal Design for Learning and TPAC and the human AI collaboration. We look at these experiences and we develop learning experiences with that we're both collectively and collaboratively using AI tools in certain situations. But we come and develop our educational guardrails. We try and develop policy that's very friendly for our students, but for our colleagues too, if we are a principal. So it's very helpful. Five, ethics and equity. We look at the things that really potentially become the consequences of using AI without those guardrails, without those caution, because we also have to teach our students this. The bias, the privacy issues, the intellectual property. You know, Anthropic, one of the big AI companies right now, is being sued. In fact, here's my paperwork to join the class action lawsuit. They took all of the data from a lot of different books out there, from databases and books, and they ended up training with it without the permission of authors. So now they have this massive settlement coming to all these, thousands of authors. I have to join the class action lawsuit. So they ended up settling, and I actually have to join it. But you have to look at intellectual property. There's a lot of arguments out there now too. It's like, now they've I think it actually passed unanimously that people that are victims of AI, like AI harassment or AI pornography, how they take the deep fakes and they change the face and they put them in all sorts of bad videos and stuff. The people that they're the victims of, they can go after these companies and these creators doing all this, this terrible production using AI in the worst ways possible. So we're going to take a look at that, but again, we're also going to focus in on everything from verification to governance, but we're going to take a look at it from the lens of education. And then finally, the future innovations. We're going to look at what's the future hold for AI in education. What are some of the future competencies we have to cultivate to really help not just ourselves, but with our students and with and other educators too, how we can help them to kind of develop that. And you're going to develop your own personal AI philosophy in education, like how you feel AI should be used in education. And that is the learning journey for the course. Uh, so that's the modules. Kind of going into the coursework. Let me see. Yes. So real world projects. So I got one or two comments that were, again, they're very positive, but they're like, hey, I really want to make sure you promised us that we were going to do some things that were going to be practical that I could use the next day. And some of the tools were, you actually did a learning audit with, Education 3.0. You looked at different tools that you could potentially use for classroom innovations. I did say you'd have to do a research paper, but some people are like, I really want to get down and dirty with AI. You're going to do that a lot for the rest of the three courses. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to work with AI as in you're going to record your AI like workflow. You're going to take a tool, explore it, test it out, but you're going to record yourself and kind of reflect upon the process where you get to develop something. You pick the tool, you get to screencast your experience, you get to share it, but you also get to write a reflection about it. Again, I can't get more practical than that because you're exploring how you could potentially use these tools in learning contexts or how you can use them to help your educators or in training purposes or whatever. You're going to do an integration one pager. You're going to come up with your practical plan for integrating AI into whatever you're teaching or whatever you're training or whatever you're doing with your professional life. So you're thinking about how you were going to purposefully, ethically integrate AI tools in. It's kind of like your playbook, but it's not a gigantic like 10-page tome. It's one that's one page. It's going to give you kind of like the standard like logical way you'll use these tools inside the classroom. You're going to take a look at an AI case study. We know that there's a lot, it's almost like the Wild Wild West. There's AI tools out there. People are discovering how to use them in positive ways and negative ways. You're going to actually explore a case study in which there's different experiences where you have an educator using all these tools in the right or wrong way. You get to kind of pick apart it and analyze how they're using it right, how they're using it wrong, and what exactly it's demonstrating from the course and share in a case study. And then finally, you get to produce your own personal AI philosophy where you get to kind of figure out, okay, I'm going to take everything I've learned from the two courses and I'm going to structure my AI philosophy, like what I have, through my own research, what I find is to be the way to integrate AI into into learning spaces, into learning contexts, or as a leader, how I'm going to, cultivate AI use in my school, in my district, in my institution, whatever you're going to do, you're going to explore how you're going to do that. And it's going to serve you well for the next two courses after that because then you'll have kind of like this working philosophy that you can use for your class after that. All right, for your classes after that, into the program, and of course, practical into your own, professional experience. Again, essential course policies just go over academic integrity. We use seventh edition APA. Just make sure you cite. There's no research papers in here, but you are going to probably draw upon outside sources. So if you do, please cite it using APA seventh edition. If you're going to use AI, you're going to make sure to share and document how you use APA. I'm sorry, how do you use AI tools in the experiences? I do give you guidance through Canvas. I'll show you the Canvas site in a few minutes. I show you how and guide you how to use these tools. Late work, I do accept late work. And again, if there's something that's happening, I understand you're educators, you have jobs, you're very busy. The flu is terrible right now. My poor dean was at home yesterday, very sick and ill. I get it. Life happens. Reach out to me if something happens. Don't fall off the grid because I can assist you. I can help you, and I'm understanding. I understand. Okay, it's not, I'm trying not to give, I'm trying to give your, I have to practice and cultivate student responsibility in you. But at the same point in time, I'm human and I understand. I went through the graduate program. I went through got my PhD. I understand you have a lot of things to juggle. But please make sure that you notify me if something's wrong, if you're going to miss if you think you're going to miss a deadline, if you want an extension, let me know. Happy to provide it for you. But what I don't do is after a due date's over, you discover it like a day or two. Oops, I made a mistake. Can you give me an extension? No, that's not how it works. And again, communicate with me, please. You can contact me through Canvas. You can email me. I am accessible. I promise. Okay. So again, I'm using the same type of AI use framework. It's going to be through Canvas. Every assignment tells you exactly how you can use AI in it. And sometimes I even customize the way that you can use AI in it because of how specific the type of activity is. We're using AI a lot, so you're going to get to use AI a lot. Program learning outcomes, they're the same as they were before. I just kind of made a really nice looking graphic for them. And again, here's my push of why to take this course. And again, a lot of you are trying to like rally your colleagues. Peter was just telling me before she was trying to get somebody to join. Please do. I love having other folks come in here. You are my my best billboards because you advocate for it. And I thank you. If you really like it, please share. But just why this course matters for you. It's going to teach you future ready skills. Okay, you're going to be doing things with these AI tools that a lot of educators are not, or a lot of leaders are not. Practical applications. I made sure to develop this course to where you're going to get your hands dirty using a lot of AI tools, and you get to think about how can I use this in the classroom, and you can come up with guidance on how you should ethically and morally use this, but also know what's going on when your students are using AI. So this way you can watch out for pitfalls or give guidance to not just your colleagues, but for your principal or for the parents and stuff. If they're, a lot of them are going to be very worried about these tools as well. And then we're going to develop your ethical foundation. We're going to work on your philosophy at the end. It's kind of like your culminating activity for this course. And it's going to serve you well for the last two courses in the program. So again, prepare to gain insights and skills needed to lead the way in leveraging AI to enhance education and empower learners in a rapidly evolving digital world. So it's really going to help you out. And again, I did grow a beard. I'm sorry. My wife wanted it. But yes, I took AI and I made myself a nice little avatar there. It's not bad. My son asked, "Is that your real beard?" I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." I wish I could grow one that nice. But you can always reach out to me. There's my phone number. There's my email address. Please reach out to me. Let me switch over to the Canvas site, show you how it kind of differs. So I just went into 638.90. Both of them, whether you're 90 or 91, they're the same site. We might combine sites because I had 31 people in my class at the start. I had two or three that kind of bowed out. So that kind of leaves us with about 26, 27. Right now I have about 20, I think 25 people total between the two sections. My dean to save money, to be cost saving, she might combine the session or sections. So I might 90 and 91 might become 90. I don't know yet. I will communicate that with you. It's not going to change anything in any situation. It's just basically going to be, joining the groups together. I'll let you know if that happens. But it's both of them are the same way. So as you go through, you can see that I have modules. There's a lot more reading because we don't have a textbook associated with the course. And a lot of this is stuff that's not out in the books. I've been buying books left and right, AI this and AI this and AI this and AI this. I mean, good ideas, but they're not like in an organized framework to really like help you all out. So what I ended up doing is I took a lot of that, did a lot of reading, and I ended up generating a lot of my own Canvas pages on it. So a lot of this stuff you do see readings from other sources, but a lot of these pages are actually things that I wrote or things that, I found and actually produced. So this way you're reading a lot more content that's developed for the course and taken from other contexts. So talking about the myths and realities. So you'll go through and read all this. And again, each of these has a module page that our module plan that walks you through the entire progression. So if I go to module one, which is I just opened this up, here's the module one plan. It takes you through everything just like last time. Overviews, the objectives, the presentations. I'm not just giving you, I'm not trying to bore you to death with videos, but a lot of them do a very good job of explaining what's going on with the history of AI, with the terminology and vocabulary, what's going on when you have a large language model, how is it processing your input? How does it get an output? It's a lot of that's done with great videos, graphics, and explanations. And then of course into all the different Canvas pages, and then the assessments. Again, I explain what you're to do, and I start off, I don't want to say simple, but I start with you as the center of everything. I give you an AI IQ card, which is it's kind of like you start off with you're kind of developing your idea. It's like what are some of my insights? What are some questions I still have? It makes it into a very good interactive discussion. So that's kind of like the explanation of what's going on here. Some of the other assignments, again, here are some of the other ones I mentioned before. You get to start to develop your own AI literacy glossary where you get to kind of find definitions that work for you that you can start to understand, but you get to use a new tool to kind of explore those different definitions. Notebook LM, it's a great tool. You get to do a lot of reflection. You get to do ethical and equity checkup for the AI tool. You kind of explore where, is this an ethical tool? Does it have safeguards? Could I take my students to use this tool and could I trust that they're going to be safe? Should I practice something else so this way, they are safe? Uh, as I mentioned before, the workflow and the screencast and reflection. There's you get to do a lot of theory aligned AI vignette studio. This is fun. It's here, I'll take you to it real quick and show you since I have a few minutes. It's you're taking choose one learning theory, like if you're constructivism or constructionism, you take that and then you write a professional vignette like how will I act out this role using AI as a connectivism person. So you're taking some theory but practicing how it would look in a classroom. And again, it's all outlined and structured for you. So you walk through it. So again, it's a lot of how I'm going to use AI, but also be grounded in learning theory. More tools, more activities. Let me go back to assessments. Again, the one pager, the case study, the course reflection, and again, the final is the personal AI philosophy for teaching and leading. So you get to write that. It's a great way to kind of close out the course. 8 weeks. It looks like a lot of assignments, but what I did is instead of making gigantic assignments, ones that would be like 15 or 20 pages long, I make them smaller. I have discussion posts, forums, one pagers. There are going to be things in here that are going to give you considerable time, but I try to weigh those a little more fairly, understanding how busy you are. But it's a lot more exploration. It's a lot more project-based learning and developing things that are real world. I'm just going to go back to the modules and show you the type of guidance that you'll have. So again, you'll go through the progressions, you'll go and read all this, watch the videos, and you'll do your assessment activities and stuff. All the stuff will get posted to Canvas, and I will grade my heart to hearts away and give you feedback. Try to show you something real quick. Let me go into here. So you don't see this right now. I'm just showing you a little prequel, but you can see right here, I give you the level in which you're to use AI. AI task completion, human evaluation. All tools will complete. AI tools will complete many steps. However, human judgment, reflection, and learning remains the focus. So you get to use AI tools for a lot. You kind of let it loose, but you have to judge if it's a good output, if it works for you in this situation. So. And there's more guidance on the AI scale in there. So just take a look at the AI scale. It gives you guidance. You always will cite the content that you use. Again, no different than last class. I'm just going to stop recording now.